Hey there, guys. I am Kelly Love, coming to you again for another podcast with the lovely and talented Shauna Thompson. Hello, Shauna.
Hey, Kelly.
We are here today to talk about Christmas. So let's get to it. Let me switch us over to the main event. Here we are. Oh, I look taller than you. I need to scoot.
Do you?
I do. All right. So, we've had a little wine. We've had a busy day. It's been a week, getting close to Christmas. We are 2 weeks away, and wanted to talk about a few things. Do you feel prepared, first of all?
Absolutely not.
No,
I
me
do
either.
not. There's so many things to get, not just gifts for your kids, but who else do you get gifts for? Like the in-laws.
Oh gosh,
you
teacher
know.
gifts too.
Exactly, teacher gifts. If your kids are in an activity, do you get like the coach or whoever that person a gift? My oldest son is in Taekwondo.
Yes.
Do I get the?
Do you? I mean, I feel like I would default to getting everyone something.
But then you go crazy trying to break the bank, and I don't know what these people are interested in.
Yeah.
Like his teacher, I'll probably get her a small little gift thing, but she'll probably take home 30 of those the last day of school.
See,
so
that's
like
why I'm
really,
like, I started doing this when my daughter was in pre-K. So like 7 years ago, like nobody turns down cash. So I'm the queen of like card and $20 or $10. You know, I feel like for a coach or something, $10 is okay. But teachers deserve like $3,000, you know, but I'm not, that's not in my budget. Not this year.
someone told me never give a gift card unless if it's under 25, because it's like some people view that as like an insult. Is there an appropriate time that you would give a gift card for like 5, 10, 15?
I mean, for a child, sure. Like a $5 gift card to McDonald's is great for a 5-year-old. But
Yes, but for like an adult.
But for an
Like
adult,
a teacher, a
no. See,
coach,
that's why I would do like that's where I feel like cash doesn't look as bad if it's $10-15, especially if it's I don't know. I would probably default to at least 20. But still, like if you're buying something for if you got 2 kids who have 3 coaches each, that's what 20. 40, 60, $120 in just coaches gifts. And then they've got, their teachers. They each have 1, maybe 2 teachers. My daughter has 2. My son has 1. So that's another 20, 40, 60, 20, 40. Okay. So, like, we're already looking at $300 in just teacher and coaches gifts.
And that's too much.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And then plus these coaches, you're paying the fees for whatever activity they're in.
Right.
So
you're paying for them to be there.
Exactly.
So, yeah. No, I hear you.
It's like, where do you draw the line? Where do you stop? Where do you
be the asshole where you're just like, you know what? Nobody's getting anything this year.
Yes, and then, okay, the in-laws, like the grandparents are going to give something.
Yes.
You give a gift. The aunt and the uncle, they're probably going to give something. Do you give them a gift?
Yeah.
And then it's like, in my situation, there are extended family members, aunts, uncles, cousins, that will give gifts because they feel like Christmas is for the kids.
Yeah.
And, so they're going to give the kids.
But at the same time, like as a parent, you don't want to feel like every time your kid talks about their gifts, like, oh, my uncle got me this, and I'm really excited about this gift that not you gave me. Like, that would just chat my ass.
I would hate that.
I want to be the one to provide the big one.
Yeah, I have conversations with both of mine. I have a 7 and a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Even the 3-year-old, we're starting at basics. Like, no matter what it is, say thank you, smile, whatever. You don't have to hug if you're not comfortable. No. But at least say thank you and smile. I don't want to hear any of this. I don't like
that.
this.
Oh my God, I would be mortified.
Or I got this last year.
Or you got me this last year. Like,
So I'm really trying to reinforce that. Just at the very least, a thank you.
Yeah, I mean gratitude. Yes. Obviously.
Yes.
It's a big deal.
These people did not have to get you anything.
No.
So be thankful.
So this is where I kind of cheat, though. I mean, it's not necessarily a cheat because it does take time, but you know this, I crochet. Mm-hmm. So, like, mm-hmm. I can make, mm-hmm. 15 hats in an afternoon, and then I give those as teacher and coach gifts, mm-hmm. and, like, it's a handmade thing that they can wear in the winter, and mm-hmm. I'm, like, super picky about the yarn that I choose, so I know they're gonna like it.
The blanket that you made, I still use that thing. Like, it's very comfortable. They're nice blankets. Yes, it's not like some little cheap material.
No, like, it's not. And I wouldn't make a teacher a blanket because that's even more expensive than, like a $50 gift card or something like that. Well, I mean, you're special. But, like, speaking to that, all right, mm-hmm. so when we're talking, like, work gifts and stuff, so, I mean, I don't, I'm not terribly worried about that because thankfully with my job, like, I have a small team mm-hmm. that I'm on, and you don't feel obligated because I'm not walking into an office. Nobody's mm-hmm. handing me anything because we're all independently, like, working in sales, which is so nice because then it doesn't feel awkward if somebody brings you something.
Right.
Ugh. But with that, we are having, like, a little Christmas thing, and they're talking about doing white elephant. So, getting into the white elephant thing. First question is, do you go inappropriate, like funny gag gift, or do you go nice gift? I mean, obviously it depends on the audience, but
I was just about to say, you have to know your audience on mm-hmm. that one. I go to, every year, a good friend of mine has a Christmas party. Mm-hmm. She has a lot of cousins that are around her age, and her family is just super close-knit. I love that. Anyway, mm-hmm. she always throws this party, and she has a theme every year, and she will say, for this year's white elephant, we're going embarrassing, or we're going sports related, or we're going, so she'll give, like, a direction, but it's nothing, and the gifts people get are hilarious, and it, like, makes the night, but she gives that direction.
That's smart.
So that's wonderful. Yeah. But I feel like for a work, you
gotta go appropriate with work.
I work in an office setting, mm-hmm. in a corporate building.
Yes.
And that's always difficult. I'm on a different team than I was at Christmas last year. Uh-huh. So I don't know my team members as well, mm-hmm. but we're not really in a situation to give gag gifts.
Yeah.
So I think I may just keep it real and just inquire, like, hey, are we exchanging gifts? Last year, I had been working with them for 2-3 years, so we kind of knew each other.
Yeah.
We, got each other gifts without even asking because that appreciation was there. Mm-hmm. But I'm just going to have to ask my boss this year, like, are we giving gifts? Are we doing white elephant? Are we picking names? Like, what's
sure.
the deal?
What's the mojo here? Mm-hmm. So speaking to that, I'm mm-hmm. in kind of a situation because I have a Christmas party that I go to every year. I'm mm-hmm. going to go to it every year. Last year was the first year I was invited to it. So some friends of mine, some adult friends. It is a not child-friendly party. It's like, leave your kids, get a sitter. We're here to have a good time. Oh, man, it's so fun. And I love that that's on the invitation that mm-hmm. they send, where it's mm-hmm. like, no kids. Mm-hmm. Please, no kids. Mm-hmm. And, like, everyone there is a parent, too, so they get it, which is why you get the invitation, like, a full month in advance, and you know it's coming. Mm-hmm. But the parameters for this particular Christmas party is bring a white elephant gift if you want to participate. Not everybody has to participate, but that's the best part of the party because with that said, they give a price limit, mm-hmm. which I'm sure everybody always goes over. I always go over. But the parameter or the theme every year is the more inappropriate, the better.
Ah.
Yes. And so I try to get really creative. And last year, my gift was one of the ones that people, like, traded multiple times, you know, when you draw numbers and do that, which I thought was really cool.
That always feels good.
It was this adorable, which if you need a gift, I'll link it. But it was this adorable, like, ceramic bulldog that had on these, like, Superfly, like, gold chrome sunglasses, but it was a wine holder. And it was so cute because it's like, I wanted to think of something that I wouldn't buy for myself, but I would use, that I would have that in my house. Like, am I going and buying that? No. But is it something that I see at a White Elephant exchange? I'm like, ooh, yeah, I'll take that. So, and because last year was the first year that I went to this party, I was not quite sure how inappropriate we were going on the inappropriate. And two, you kind of toe the line, like, but they started exchanging gifts, and oh buddy, like, they were not joking. There were some very, very over the top things that I can't say here, but if you're interested, shoot me a DM and I'll let you know what some of the more inappropriate ones were. There were a lot of phallic references. I'll say that. I think I got some. So last year, the gift that I ended up with were these like bass fish slides, like sandals that looked like fish, and they were huge, so I never got to actually wear them, but had they been my size, I would have. But that's me. And I also got a dogs pooping puzzle. It was like multiple pictures of dogs pooping, which I thought was really funny. And so this year I wanted to like get a jump on it, because I was like, okay, I know this is coming and I know I can go inappropriate with it. So the first thing that I got, hold on, James, we're recording. Go, please. Go, please. So the first thing that I got, and it was hilarious because another friend of mine is...
What's for dinner? Mommy,
I'm going to mute the mic really quick.
Mommy, are you live?
Yes, please go.
Mommy, I want...
Pardon the brief interruption. So anyway, this year, one of the things that I got, which I was probably going to get for you anyways, it is a jar of fucks, where you can give them out as you wish or not, or keep them. And I thought that was so funny. But I also got something else, and we'll talk about that in a second. And it was so funny because another friend of mine who has met this set of friends is now invited to the party. And I was telling her, oh my gosh, like, you have to prepare, like, because getting a good gag gift is, like, you have to prepare for that. You can't just go to TJ Maxx and grab something. Yeah. You can go on Amazon, but you got to
kind of look, though.
Yeah, well, Amazon is actually great for that, because you just pull up gag gifts and they all come up, and it's like, whatever. But if you were going to go to the mall and grab something on the way like you would to a child's birthday party, it's not going to work. Like,
Amazon, I have to look because the size, like, I don't want it to be, like, tiny and then...
Yeah, you don't want little tiny fucks to give out. No. They're about yay big, so... No. But I was telling her, blah, blah, blah. And she's literally sitting there shopping on Amazon at the same time I am, downstairs in my house. And then she was like, okay, I got it, whatever. But we didn't really talk about what each other was going to bring. And then I see her the next day, and I was like, well, what did you end up getting? A jar of fucks. So we're both bringing the same thing. I was
y'all picked the same thing.
Literally the exact same thing.
Oh my goodness.
The exact same
crazy.
Thing. But it made me, I was like, okay, this is why we're friends. Like, the fact that she is on the same plane as me, I was like, this is your party. I told you this was your party when you got that invitation. Now you have to come.
That's hilarious.
But the other thing that I'm running into, so another thing that I got, you know that how you see the ads on, like, social media about, like, where you can personalize your picture on, like, boxers or shorts or, socks.
Car,
yes.
deodorizer.
Yeah. Like the little air freshener.
Yes.
So I had gotten my dad a pair of those socks with my face all over them several years ago, and he loved them and thought it was really funny.
Did.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And so then I happened to see that they have them in pajama pants now, and I was like, ooh, I need to find like a really funny picture of either the husband or the wife or the husband and the wife and get these on some personalized pajama pants. So I messaged the wife because I didn't want to give too much away because part of it is the surprise. And I was like, I need a funny picture of your husband. And she was like, what, like this? I mean, my girl was so on top of it. She sends me a photo of this man in a Speedo next to a pool. And I'm like, hi, yeah, hello. Like, did not expect that, but perfect.
Okay.
You know, I was like, this is going to be perfect all over some pajama pants.
Oh, my God.
And so then I'm looking, and then I messaged her. I was like, now I need one of you. And she's like, I always take them. I always take the photos. And she starts sending me pictures of random friends of hers that I don't even know. And I'm like, okay. And so then I go down the Facebook rabbit hole of her, like, pictures from, like, 2012. And I'm like, I am going to find some dirt here because all of her pictures are so, like, you know, polished and all that.
Right.
And I found one of her, like, looking, I mean, she looks like she was at a party, so we don't know how she was feeling, but it was probably good. And she's, like, looking off to the side, like, glancing at something kind of like this. And I was like, and it's just her face. And I was like, oh, that is perfect on the same pair of pajama pants of her husband in a Speedo. So I ordered 2 pairs because I was like, these are gonna get, like, they're gonna get traded, or they're gonna want a pair. So I'm getting 2. But the issue is, I didn't realize when I ordered that they'd be being shipped from U.S. Postal Service, and I ordered them like 2 weeks ago, and the party is on Saturday, and they're not here yet, and I'm looking at the updates. And I don't know when they're going to get here.
USPS is infamous for, I'll get there when I get there.
Like, I mean, they're better than FedEx. But, like, you know, but I'm nervous because I'm like, so what do you do in that situation where it's like, okay, is it going to be here in time or is it not?
Definitely hope for the best and have a backup just in case. You gotta have a backup. You can't go empty-handed. So.
Well, I've got the jar of Fox. So... that's, you know, so that's helpful. But
I would definitely give that, but let them know that, you know, like on the sly, let them know something else is coming.
Right, but that's no fun for the trade. I'm not getting that gift for them.
Oh.
You know? So do I just hang on to... So if it does come late, if it doesn't show up by 7 o'clock on Saturday, do I scramble and get a larger jar of Fox, or and just I feel like my only option is to like table it and hang on to it for next year because it's still gonna be funny.
Yeah, I would hang on to it for next year and just try to search for a backup. You still got time to do Amazon Prime if you order something tonight. It'll get here sometime Saturday. Yeah. So
I mean, or I could just go to like Spencer's or something, and I don't want to do that.
Spencer's is good, but
I do have my little jar of Fox, though. It's cute. It's a cute little jar.
Fox always come in handy.
Yeah, I just never have enough to give.
Stop it.
It's weird. It's weird.
But yeah, gift giving is tricky. It's tricky. And around this time of the year, I feel like nothing really comes on time because everyone's ordering things and getting Christmas gifts for their kids and family members. So you just got to kind of be patient. And
for those of us who are spoiled by Amazon Prime, getting everything in 2 days, then you start ordering stuff for Christmas and you're like, where are the things?
I'm so spoiled now. Like everything, I'm like, it's gonna take a week to get here. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. How dare they? Right?
Yeah.
So it's crazy, but hats off to Amazon. I mean,
they're working. I do want to put out a little a little stand in front of the house with like snacks and stuff.
That would be nice. I see that a lot more.
Yeah,
that would be nice because we are ordering.
I mean, we ordered accidentally 4 bottles of wine today. There was an issue with DoorDash that we didn't know was happening, and we also
do better, DoorDash. Okay, do better.
We also didn't know that it was this one that both sets of wine were coming, but we also didn't know that it was going to be the same driver because the driver rolls up and it's like, wait a minute.
When I tried to do the DoorDash order, it said it told me to scan
'Cause
something. I
yeah.
tried to scan it.
It was like verifying your card,
Yes.
which makes sense.
It does, because
Yeah.
I'm not at my house where I regularly order. But
Right, but you always order wine here.
yeah,
so
well,
they should
and
know
then
by
it said your card will be charged, and it went back to the place your order
Yeah.
screen.
Uh-huh.
It never went to the
Yeah.
this order is confirmed. It'll be here around this time. Here's your order details. It never went to that screen.
And then you get on the phone and I start messing with it.
Yeah.
And then we ended up with 4 bottles of wine.
I mean, it's not like it won't get.
Right. You're like,
Drinking,
just
drink.
save this. I'm like, duh. You know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna send it back. We're probably gonna want those 2 bottles.
And the
next
driver
weekend.
was like, "Do you want me to cancel?" I'm like, No, I do not. You can just give that to me.
Yeah.
Like we will it will we will handle this
It will be handled
accordingly. Mm-hmm.
probably within the next week or 2. Because
That is
things have been. Whew.
your expectations of us are very low. I was gonna say the next 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I got a party to go to on Saturday. I would say pregame, but my liver is gonna quiver.
Your liver's gonna quiver.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're already like getting sitters arranged and Ubering there.
That's wonderful.
And, yeah. Oh, it's a fun party.
Cool.
party.
Yeah, you got to get out around this time of the
Yeah.
year. I look forward to my friend that I talked about a few moments ago.
Mhm.
She lives far.
Yeah.
But it's always a good time. Like,
Yeah.
her cousins are super welcoming.
Yeah.
We've been
I feel
friends
like you've
for a
posted
while.
pictures from those parties
Mhm,
before. They're local, right?
Well, the one I usually go to is local, but this specific friend that I'm talking about, she lives right by Six Flags.
Oh, was that the one you went to last year? Where y'all took a picture in the dining room?
No, those were.
Was that Duluth? Or
That is Lawrenceville, kind of Beaufortish,
Oh, gotcha.
but
Okay.
that is definitely local. That's
Yeah.
maybe like a 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're throwing a party this year though.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I love that I have found these people because I was like,
Mhm.
this is my kind of Christmas party. I don't like things that are too gussied up. I like to like not feel like I have to censor myself. Like, just to give you guys an example, the and I'll may edit this, but so I can show a picture of some of the gifts last year. But one of them was, do you remember? I guess it was Borat, where he wore the thong that was like,
Like
goes over their
suspender
shoulders.
thongs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This was like a Christmas
Oh
themed
my
or like a
God.
Rudolph themed one.
Mhm.
And like, again, these are my people because it's like, it's funny. Would I
Mhm.
ever use that? No, but it's
No.
hilarious
Mhm.
in the moment. And so the host of the party, who was wearing like a gingerbread like onesie,
Oh my
which
God.
I thought was adorable. I was like, okay, so we're not dressing up. We're
Mhm.
in like
Mhm.
Snuggies. This is
Mhm.
amazing. And drinking like super fun, Christmas themed. I think I took a shot out of a Reese's cup. It was great. It was amazing.
Okay.
But she starts holding it up, and you could see that it's this, giganto thong.
Mhm.
And then one of the guys at the party, who was otherwise just sitting there very quietly the whole time, I was like, okay, because I don't know anybody
Mhm.
last year. I mean, I knew maybe 2 people
Mhm.
other than the hosts.
Mhm.
And this guy just walks up and just puts the thing on and just walks around the
Oh my goodness.
rest of the party with the Rudolph, unithong, or what do you?
That's
I don't even know what you
awesome.
call those things, but yeah,
I don't know either.
it was fantastic. So yeah, I'm really excited. I hope the pants get here on time
I hope so too.
because last year, they fought over my gift. I want that to happen again.
Well, in the next episode, you'll have to let us know how the party went
I
and
know.
how the gift
I know.
went over.
I know.
Cliffhanger.
I know. I'm excited.
I have a work dinner Wednesday
Yeah.
next week, so that will be prim and proper.
Yeah.
And
We're
then
doing a lunch. Our work is doing a lunch, and it's supposed to be White Elephant.
I think we're doing Top Golf at like 4 in the
Oh, that's
afternoon on
fun.
Wednesday.
I wish I was
Yes.
doing that. Well, I like,
However.
but all my work ladies are a lot of fun. So
Yeah, see, I don't.
But you just started with
know.
this new team,
Yeah,
so
this
you're
new
not-
Team. I'm
yeah.
not sure how they get down. So
Well,
we'll see.
maybe they get down. I don't know.
We'll see. I've heard one does definitely get down and
Yeah.
had to call it Uber last year, but
Oh.
she's pregnant this year.
See, I work in sales, so everybody gets down. It's if you've ever been to a national sales meeting,
Mhm.
it's fun. They are a lot of fun, and it's a lot of work to be at those sessions at 7:30 in the morning, but we make it happen.
You make it happen.
We're hustlers by nature.
That is the nature of sales.
Yes. So one other topic I wanted to get into, because you texted me the other day asking about Santa. So, question, and I know kind of how I feel about this, but I'll let you answer. So, say your kid comes home and says, so-and-so on the bus told me that Santa's not real. How do you approach that?
This happened to me 1 year ago with he was 6 at the time.
Yeah.
And so he came home, and I told him the absolute truth that I believe in Christmas magic. I do believe that this time of year there is a certain, thing in the air. I do believe in the magic of Christmas. I believe miracles happen around Christmas time. I really honestly do believe that this is a special time of the year. Yeah. Whether or not you believe in this or that or whatever, I do believe that there is a special just feeling in the air.
Yeah.
I did not really truly address the exact Santa Claus issue, but
Claus with an E.
But I do want to keep that going as long as I possibly can. It's a part of childhood.
It is.
Some people say, oh, I want the credit, I want this, I want that, I want them to know how hard I work and sacrifice. That's not for them to know at that age. That's not for them to know or appreciate. I feel like there are other ways that you can teach your kids appreciation and just
gratitude.
How hard, appreciation, gratitude, how hard mommy and daddy work, or just mommy. Yeah. And it's, there are other ways to instill that.
I mean, and I understand that concept because, but the way that I see it, and this was, a Facebook post that I saw a few years ago. Bless you.
Thank you.
Where, right into the microphone.
Sorry.
Please.
That's what I tried to...
No, but I love the idea that when that the Santa's Workshop thing, where it's like, if I am getting my kid a super expensive gift, I don't want to say that it's from Santa. Santa didn't make the PS5. Santa made the books. Santa and the elves made, the Tinker Toys and the things like that, because, the whole concept is that if a kid goes to school and, somebody says, oh, well, Santa brought me a PS5, and that kid's like, and say that kid comes from a more affluent family, and then the kid sitting next to them is like, well, Santa only brought me, new shoes or something. And it's like, I like kind of regulating it in that way. That way they know, that they can associate that value, but it's more a focus on like, no, Santa didn't bring you a PS5. I did. Santa didn't bring you that expensive, the trampoline. I did. I worked hard and you earned that. And that's where I think the value can be taught. But from a standpoint of like, Santa altogether, I feel like there are some parents that are like, well, Santa doesn't come if you don't believe. It's like, I don't love that either. But at the same time, I the way that I would approach something like that is, we believe in Santa in this house. Like, Santa exists in this house, and the elf exists in this house, and even if you don't believe, like, that's fine. People have different religions. People have different ideas of everything. Like, do I believe in $1 million? Yeah. Do I have it? Do I see it? No. And to me, the idea that some kid would put out that fire, like, first of all, I want to punch that kid in the face. I don't promote punching your children or other people's children. usually other people's children. But
The person that said it too.
yeah,
my
like it's just such a negative thing. Like one thing that I try to say to my kids a lot is don't be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put somebody's fire out. That's not cool. It's not nice. It's not
cool at all.
no. And it's like, why not just spread kindness and going to the bus stop this morning, they were all talking about what their elf did last night. And my elf was bowling on the pantry, and then well, my elf was just in the Christmas tree, and well, my elf this, that, and the other. And I love that because all of their elves, have different names. Like the neighbors behind us, their elf's name, which I think is the best, is Jerry Jack. Bruce and Ricky have Jerry Jack, and I think it's the funniest name because you could tell that they named their elf when they were like 3, and they're like Jerry, and then the other one, they're twin boys. You could tell one of them said Jerry and the other one said Jack, and they just went with Jerry Jack, which I think is so funny. But now that they're turning 11, Jerry Jack is just up to his old antics. That's and wonderful. I think it's so fun. And then, hearing the 5th graders have the same conversation with the 1st grader. Just, oh God. That's the magic that I love. That's the magic of Christmas that I love and support. And again, if some kid doesn't believe in Santa, then that's on him, okay, that's fine. But, he exists here.
Last year, I wanted to find the kid that told my kid that and be like, yo, you are really ruining things. I wanted to really have a conversation, but I did not.
Well, you just... what she's not telling you is that she sent me out to murder him, and... No, I'm kidding. I don't... Yeah. You never find out who the kid was, but,
I know a name, and I know it's in this subdivision. I know it. I know the name.
Who was it?
I don't want to say.
Oh my God, say it. I'll bleep it.
Patrick.
Who the heck is
That's
Patrick?
what I'm saying. I don't know who Patrick is, but yeah, he came home last year saying Patrick said.
What an asshole.
That's why I was like, I want to find this Patrick kid. Where does he live? Who are his
Figure
parents?
out what's wrong with his parents.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
And especially when you have kids that are different ages, that one might start to get their doubts.
And I want to keep it going because when my 3-year-old hits that prime age where he's really
where it matters,
I really want that to be a reality. So
and so just to speak to this and to reassure you that that magic is still possible. My sister has a 15-year-old who still believes in Santa. They never had an elf, which, whatever. They must just be very well behaved. No, she never got an elf because I feel like it would have been something that they would have gotten when her oldest was young, and they didn't want to add it later because it wasn't that popular until 10 years ago, and by that point,
Yeah, I never had an elf on the shelf growing up.
No, it didn't exist.
Yeah.
It didn't exist.
I think my parents would have been like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no, my
That's
mom,
too much.
the elf would have been in the Christmas tree every morning. There would have been no elf.
My mom would have got into it, and my dad would have been like, yeah, whatever.
Some of the biggest arguments that I have had with my kid's dad was about the elf.
You got to keep it going for the kids. But I'm the only one that really does elf things.
Oh my God. Oh, speaking of, this was one of the things that I added to the list of topics. So speaking of the elf.
Okay.
Kit or no kit?
See, I'm operating no kit. I did not get a kit. I wanted to. Time got away from me. So much going on in the month of November. I did not end up getting a kit. I'm making it happen, but I'm not sure if I can make it till Christmas.
Okay, so you need to borrow from my kit like you did last year. Yeah. So that's the thing. We tag team. Because last year I got the kit, and I was like, oh my God, this is a godsend.
I'm going on Instagram every night and various other forms of social media, just doing searches.
So I hand off the things that, so when my elf shows up and he was fishing in the sink last night, your elf may have come to my house and stolen his boat and his fishing rod.
Hey.
Those elves, man, they are tricky little fuckers. So
I mean, they all work at the North Pole together, so
I know they know each other,
yes.
and if they're flying back to the North Pole every night, the one shows up in a rowboat, and he's like, "Yo, I live down the street. Can I like borrow that tomorrow?"
Yes.
Heck yeah. I think your elf stole my elves, or borrowed, rented perhaps my elves pineapple, or no, flamingo float last year. Was it the flamingo float? Yeah, I feel like it was the flamingo.
Because I think He-Man would not fit.
What?
I have. So sometimes the elf is not always alone.
Oh,
sometimes the elf has
mine was
He-Man.
bowling with two Santas today.
There you go. So sometimes we incorporate others.
Yeah,
it's a group thing.
Yeah,
and
he's got friends.
Yeah. The elf causes mischief all across the house.
Yeah. Okay, but He-Man wouldn't fit in the pineapple float.
Not. He-Man tried, but He-Man would not fit.
Oh.
So the elf was in there, and then Spider-Man was watching. Spider-Man, He-Man, and the house full of boys.
Yes.
So Spider-Man, He-Man, and Incredible Hulk were watching.
Nice. Okay. Well, I will say that my elf was fishing in the sink yesterday, and that boat, it may float on the water, but it did not float with Freddy in it. It sank. So he just let the boat float, and he fished from the side of the sink, and that was cool. It's an interesting thing. I will say though, I do, as much as the kits that those elves, find their good tricky things from are, really creative and that kind of thing. I kind of wish there was more mischief in those kits, because I love, like, when my elf came the first year and he like threw toilet paper down he like rolled toilet paper down the stairs, and I love, like, it cracks me up when the elf like draws freckles on their faces at night, or when the elf gets in their underwear drawer. That cracks me up. He's never messed with my underwear drawer, thankfully, because don't, Freddy, that's rude. But the box that they get the stuff from, like, it doesn't, there's not a whole lot of mischief. It's all like real clean stuff.
And that's when I go on social media and I just
you're like, what can
look
I
up
do?
some hashtags. Yeah, and especially at night, I put the kids down. I've washed the dishes. I'm tired. I just want to assemble this elf and go to bed. So, especially at those times.
Or you like watch the elf move, you mean?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
When you go to bed and he gets into stuff, crazy.
So, but yeah, that's when I try to get creative. So we'll see how it goes. But maybe my elf can borrow from your elf.
Yeah, you just have him shoot him a text, and or he'll pop over here probably and just check on
I'm sure
things.
at some point.
Yeah,
they may fly here from the North Pole together.
Yeah.
So
usually, he's gonna drop off some more wine. Well, anyway, I think that is our show, because Miss Shauna has got to go pick up her kid from Taekwondo. But it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun.
Always.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks to the viewers and all of you. I think I'm going to call this podcast Avoiding Laundry.
Avoiding laundry.
Yeah, avoiding laundry. It's
Accurate.
a good one, right?
Accurate, yes.
And right now I'm avoiding laundry because my dryer is broken.
I am too. I'm waiting for a new washer.
Yay. All right. Avoiding laundry it is. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day, and post in the comments about comments on elves and inappropriate gifts and white elephants and all that.
And what to get your coworkers professionally.
Yeah. If you don't crochet.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.